So I was just reflecting a little bit earlier yesterday about my most viral moment I've had so far on social media, and it came from a TikTok video. So my most viral TikTok and video so far has been this video I talked about manifestation, right? So in this video, I talked about how I was able to manifest $10,000 months, how I followed the Earl Nightingale Strangest Secret method where you write out on a note card what you desire and you read it every day and you watch that produce in your life. And upon reflecting on that experience and other experiences that I've had in my life, like I just got back from Thailand not too long ago. I was out there for 2 months. That was a big moment I wanted to manifest. I manifested certain relationships and certain type of women into my life. I manifested my ideal health, physique, body, money into my life. So I manifested a lot of the things that I've desired in my life. And what I've come to find out is that truly manifestation is the most godlike experience there is on earth, right? So again, where I want to go with this video and kind of how you guys will find some value is I want you to understand manifestation on a little bit deeper level. So I want you to understand the process of going from where you are now to where you want to be, what's stopping you in between, and how to get there faster and how to make it a smoother, more enjoyable journey. So I want to gift that all with you guys in this video today. And also, again, just want to kind of highlight some of these things that may not be so popular amongst the manifestation community. So without further ado, number one key to accelerating the most godlike process there is. And the reason why I say it's godlike is because of this first principle. So the first principle is awareness, right? So when you think of God, when you think of the creator of the universe, when you think of let there be light and there was, what is that process that I just spoke about? Let there be light and there was. That's the creation process, right? That's the first thing that God tells us about himself in the Bible in the beginning, was that in the beginning I created, therefore he's a creator. So he's a creator. He wants to establish that as a first initial guideline. How does he create? He created by his mouth. But where does the words come from? Were they audible? They could have been audible. But if they were audible words or not audible words, where did those words come from? Well, they came from the ideas that was already there. They came from the God mind set of all possibility. Everything that is already created. Everything that was will already be there, and it was, right? It just wasn't magnified in this certain dimension. Now, I don't want to get deep. I don't want to get esoteric. I don't want to get all metaphysical on y'all. Very clearly, the process of understanding how to make a more godlike experience during your manifestation journey is first coming awareness with how creation even works. So when God created, he said, let there be light. And that came from initially a thought, a desire to want to create a certain outcome in the world and have it be established, and becoming aware of that desire and putting the intention out there and saying it's created. So I like to correlate awareness with clarity because it's one and the same, really. So like once you have awareness of you, your desires, God's purpose for you on this earth, what assignments he has you called to fulfill while you're here, then you can attack with clarity. Then you can move into the next steps with clarity. Then you can actually have the awareness to adjust along the way because you know the outcome that you're looking to reach. It's like God ain't stop on the third day. He knew the whole manifestation was a living, breathing, self-sustaining community of kingdom, heaven on earth, right? But he didn't stop on the third day. He didn't say, okay, let there be light, let there be dark, let there be skies, and then didn't create no animals, didn't create no people. No, so it's a process, but the first step is to understand, become aware of that end outcome. Next, you need to, and this is key, this is where we tap into, like I said, the most godlike experience. So when you think of God, you think of spirit. When you think of man, you think of flesh. So we need to raise our vibe and be more operating out of the spirit, or in a more new age way of phrasing that, raise our vibration. Either way, it's the same principle. We want to raise our internal code of values and beliefs and actions to become on the same alignment with our desires, with our manifestations. And I want to say this is like super key, right? Like this is super key. Like a lot of times you'll hear that people, you'll hear different things. You'll hear, oh, you don't need to raise your vibe to achieve your manifestation. Just affirm all day, or just do this, or just do that. Well, through any method of saturating your subconscious mind, reprogramming your subconscious mind, you're going through a method of raising your values, raising your beliefs, and therefore raising your identity. So just through the process of affirming new and better and empowering beliefs for you, you are already stepping to that power as the creator, as the manifester, if you will, of this universe that you are. So that's why a lot of times we stop our manifestations, we stop getting to that next level because we have things in our life that still keep us at the lower vibration out of our, lower nature, right? So like, for example, I've been wanting to manifest that trip to Thailand for a minute, and what I felt like was holding me back again was attachments towards flesh, right? And attachments towards my emotions, because flesh and emotions go together. Like emotion is just a state that happens based on our psychological focus and our biochemistry and the way that we move our body. So if it's only a series of physiological functions, then that's not really spirit, right? That's more flesh. So if you're operating in fear, you know that you're more operating out of flesh. So how did I get from where I was to the ability to take a trip cross country, get on a plane 16 hours, first time out the country, go stay over there 2 months by myself, nobody else there, had my friend come out for a little bit, he went back. But yeah, just be over there. How you do that? We raise, again, that vibration to operate more on the spirit level consciousness. So before that trip, I actually went out to Denver. Y'all saw if y'all followed the journey. Went out to Denver, stayed in Colorado, was with my cousin, with my homie Gabe, and we was just out there, elevating. I had stopped smoking. I was, doing retention on the long street. I was eating healthier. I was on a good routine. Everything was elevated. My vibe was elevated. So right after that experience, I felt that I didn't feel any resistance towards the manifestation, towards going on booking this trip to Thailand, which leads into the third and last and final point, which is move off of inspiration and inspire action. Because what is the root of inspiration? Well, if you break that word down, it's in spirit action, or in spirit. Like the Latin root, I want to say it's Latin, it might be a different one. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But the Latin root, I want to say, of inspire is in spirit. So when you feel that sense of excitement, that rush, that passion, that joy, that anticipation for a better outcome and a better future, and moving towards your dreams and fulfilling the outcomes that you want, and being able to give and share and impact and grow and contribute into all you can be, do, and achieve, then that's inspiration. That's that fire from higher bars that is in you that would allow you to not only have the capacity in terms of knowledge or resourcefulness or hard work to get the job done, but it's also what's going to actually make sure that you know that you're going the right direction. Without that spirit, without that inspiration, life can seem to get dull sometimes, and it gets mundane. And you're going through the same day to day. You wake up, you go to work, you grab the little food on the way back, you come back home, you smoke, you watch the game, you go to sleep, and you repeat, and you repeat 10 years, and you realize, I hate my life, I'm not fulfilled. Now you're going through a midlife crisis. Rather than if you go through this process and tap into the most God-like experience you could have on earth, now you'll be operating from a higher level of consciousness. And when that higher level of consciousness and awareness comes into play, now we talking about a higher level of fulfillment people can't even imagine feels like. And that's what I want for all of y'all. So to recap, get aware. What do I desire? Where am I at on my journey? Where am I at now? Where do I want to go? What's stopping me from getting there? And what does that outcome look like? What emotions is that going to produce in me once I'm there? How will I know I'm there? Are there other people around me? What do these people look like? What do they talk like? What do they sound like? Who do I need on the path? Become super hyper aware about your life, about your journey, about your path, about the outcomes you want. about the results you want. Nobody else gonna become hyper aware about your life than you, big bruh or sis, if you watching. Nobody else is gonna become more aware about your life than you. So you must become hyper aware. You must become hyper clear. You must be really tapped in and focused on what you want to create, what you want to manifest. It has to be crystal clear. That's step one. What do you desire? What do you want? 2, raise your vibe to get there. Because the only reason that you don't have it, raise your vibe or operate more out of spirit. The only reason why you don't have it is because you're not on the same vibration of it. If you were on the same vibration as your desires, you already have it. There's certain laws to the universe that we can't go across. Like there's certain laws to health, there's certain laws to wealth, there's certain laws to love and experiencing the highest levels of relationship and bond and connection, right? So we can't go across against these laws of the universe, but what we can do is work with them and apply our faculties of focus and our faculties of power and the willingness to act. Once we apply those towards our desires, towards the laws of the universe to get us the outcomes that we want, now we're in full alignment. And that moves on to the next step. Once you're in full alignment, now you just see all these different synchronicities start popping up. You'll start understanding what action you're supposed to take, when you're supposed to take action. You'll have the right people fall into your life. You'll become hyper aware. And not only from a spiritual level is this, again, a level of inspired action, being in spirit, being inspired, having inspiration, right? But there's also a psychological phenomenon going on, which is your reticular activating system is hyper focused on your goals. So you literally have the spiritual working in your favor. You got your mindset working in your favor. Obviously, with both of those things in alignment and coming into place, now you're actually taking action. And once you take action, the right actions, the right mindset, and God on your side, you cannot fail. So, hope that makes sense. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, like the video. Comment what you want to see next. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.